Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So, Lin Wood has gone so far off the reservation that even his right-wing Trump ass-kissing buddies are distancing themselves. As you may have heard last Friday, Wood posted a tweet saying that Mike Pence should be arrested for treason and executed by our firing squad. Then he launched seriously loony conspiracy theories about the child sex trafficker, Jeffrey Epstein, saying that he's still alive. He went on to issue a multitude of conspiracy theories against Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts, inferring that he's a pedophile who's connected to Epstein and that he arranged an illegal adoption from Epstein for 2 children. This, of course, came because there's a John Roberts listed in Epstein's little black book. Well, it's a common name. John Roberts is a very common name. It could be any John Roberts. And Wood even insinuated that Justice Roberts had something to do with the death of conservative Supreme Court Judge Antonin Scalia, which the guy was, I think, like 80 years old. He had health issues. He was overweight. I mean, he was high risk. And that's kind of what happened. So because he had talked about who would replace him, now he's saying, oh, he had knowledge ahead of time. No, it's kind of common sense. So even recent Trump hypocrite turned sycophant Jenna Ellis condemned his statements. She tweeted out on Friday night, quote, "To be clear, I do not support the statements from attorney Lin Wood. I support the rule of law and the U.S. Constitution." Now, what has come out about Wood recently really just tells you everything you need to know about this guy. And somebody seriously needs to step up. I think people who know him personally need to step in and maybe do some sort of intervention, because this guy, seriously, something's gone wrong with him more recently. So former law partners of Lin Wood claim that they have recordings of him saying, quote, "I might actually be Christ coming back for a second time in the form of an imperfect man, elevating Christ consciousness. That cause you to have a little bit of a chill? Who would be more eloquent to say what the will of God is, the belief of God in me?" Okay. In a lawsuit filed against Wood, his former partners referred to him as, quote, "mentally unstable, delusional, and having a God complex." And this was before. It's not like they just did this and filed this lawsuit now that he's on the national stage more. I mean, he's always kind of been on the national stage with some of his clients, but this isn't because of his part in the election. This lawsuit was filed in August, so even before the election. And they're saying all of these things with good reason. For example, Wood sent them an email stating that they have, quote, "in fact, have been screwing around with God Almighty." And his former partners say that he used to refer to himself as Almighty Lin. And he claimed that according to a, quote, prophecy on YouTube, because you know that's where all the prophecies are, he expected to be named Chief Justice of the United States. Clearly that hasn't happened. All of these so-called prophecies about him and Trump are apparently a bunch of bullshit, which we already knew. But his partners left his firm earlier this year. They left his firm at the beginning of 2020, even before he took on this role in Trump's Stop the Steal BS. And they left because they alleged that he started exhibiting behavior that was, quote, erratic, hostile, abusive, and threatening. In one instance, Wood left a voicemail for his Jewish partner in which he used the F word approximately 15 times. And he said, quote, "You look in the mirror and you're going to see a Chilean Jewish fucking crook. Goodbye, Jonathan, you sorry bastard." I guess he fits right in with Trump, but Wood is also alleged to have physically assaulted two of his former partners. In this August legal filing against Wood, they stated, quote, "In both assaults, there was essentially no reason whatsoever for the attack, and defendant Wood later acknowledged and apologized for this violence. They even claim that they have his admission to these acts of violence on tape." So in a footnote in that filing, they stated, quote, "The truth is that Wood has admitted to these assaults on multiple recordings." And Wood's former colleagues say that he fraudulently induced them into signing a settlement agreement when they wanted to leave the firm. So they claim that Wood then not only fraudulently induced them into signing that agreement, but then he refused to pay them what he owed them. So that's why they filed this lawsuit. So they're asking the Georgia courts to enforce the terms of that agreement. But this isn't Wood's only legal trouble. Dominion voting software and Smartmatic are threatening legal action, which I've talked about recently on the show, because of his defamatory statements about their companies. And Dominion CEO said, he was warning, this could take off any moment. The lawsuits could be issued at any moment now. And according to the Law and Crime news outlet, a Delaware judge found that Wood may have violated professional rules for conduct in Wisconsin and Georgia. The judge stated that Wood filed a lawsuit without a plaintiff's authorization. He submitted a false affidavit, and he made a series of errors that could verge upon incompetence. In addition, Michigan state attorneys and Detroit city attorneys are seeking sanctions for Wood's bogus legal action in their state and city. And specifically, a lawyer in Detroit plans to ask the Michigan bar to take up grievance proceedings against Wood, as well as the crack in the head cohort in these legal proceedings, Sidney Powell. Clearly, Wood's legal partners were smart to jump ship when they did. He has now filed a counter lawsuit against them. He claims that this is all bogus, but if they have all of this on tape, he's done. He's toast. And when he's also in the countersuit saying that they defamed him by using these terms to describe him. Well, if they have him on tape saying that he's the second coming, it's kind of hard for him to claim that they're defaming him. That, you have to wonder what happened to him. He used to be what appeared to be a legitimate attorney. He once defended people like Richard Jewell, and he represented the parents of JonBenet Ramsey. And people who know him are telling reporters that this is not the guy they know. They say that he does not even remotely resemble who he used to be. Wood takes this as a positive. He thinks that this is great, and he credits his change to God. So himself, I guess, he credits himself if he truly does have a Messiah complex. All the best people, right? All the best people, Trump. When Trump brings his people, I don't think he's bringing his best. They're people with God complexes. They're thieves. They're cheaters. They try to frame people for stealing videos that they themselves sent them. They just got off parole. Yeah, and some of them, I assume, are good people. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Be sure to check out the new outro. As always, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching and listening. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.